Your bloodstream might seem like a mere transport system, a glorified delivery route for oxygen, nutrients, and waste. But when it comes to the aging of your brain, what flows through your veins can be either a source of quiet preservation or a slow, molecular sabotage. The brain, once considered safely sealed off from the chaos of the body by the blood-brain barrier, BBB, is increasingly recognized as porous, reactive, and influenced by systemic signals. And as we age, the integrity of this boundary weakens, allowing a flood of blood-borne molecules, some protective, some toxic, to reshape the brain's function and fate. One of the most crucial players in this story is brain-derived neurotrophic factor, BDNF, a neurotrophin that acts like a molecular fertilizer for neurons. BDNF supports the survival of existing neurons, encourages the growth of new synapses, and fuels neuroplasticity, which is the brain's ability to adapt and rewire itself. Although BDNF is produced in the brain, it also circulates in the bloodstream, particularly in response to exercise, fasting, and certain dietary polyphenol. BDNF can cross the BBB in both directions, and its blood levels correlate strongly with cognitive resilience, memory function, and protection against neurodegenerative diseases like Alzheimer's. Low BDNF? That's a red flag for cognitive decline. Unfortunately, aging tends to send BDNF levels into slow retreat, particularly in sedentary, chronically inflamed individuals. That's where other molecular passengers in the bloodstream begin to assert their influence. Inflammatory cytokines, oxidized lipids, and gut-derived metabolites that act more like saboteurs than supporters. Cytokines such as IL-6, TNF-alpha, and IL-1S are not inherently bad. In fact, they play essential roles in immune surveillance and response. But when they rise chronically, as they do with age, metabolic dysfunction, and gut leakiness, they become potent accelerators of brain aging. These molecules can either penetrate the BBB directly or signal through receptors on the vascular endothelium to trigger microglial activation, essentially flipping the brain's immune cells into high alert mode. Chronic microglial activation has been implicated in synaptic loss, white matter damage, and the progressive erosion of memory and executive function. Meanwhile, the gut microbiome gets involved in this neurovascular drama. Bacterial metabolites like lipopolysaccharide, LPS, and picresol, normally contained within the gut, can seep into the blood when the gut barrier becomes compromised. These microbial invaders don't just cause systemic inflammation, they can cross the BBB or disrupt its structure, promoting neuroinflammation and oxidative stress. Some gut-derived compounds have even been shown to interfere with dopamine and serotonin pathways, affecting not just cognition, but mood and motivation. It's no wonder that the gut-brain axis is now viewed as a major driver of neurodegenerative risk, and blood is its communication channel. But not all molecules in circulation are villains. Ketone bodies, especially beta-hydroxybutyrate, generated during fasting or ketogenic diets, also cross the BBB and serve as both fuel and signal. Ketones upregulate BDNF, reduce oxidative stress, and may dampen neuroinflammation. Similarly, certain short-chain fatty acids like butyrate, produced by gut bacteria and absorbed into the blood, have been shown to improve memory, reduce amyloid beta deposition, and influence gene expression through epigenetic modification. These molecules don't just power the brain, they reprogram it. Other blood-borne signals like insulin, IGF-1, and cortisol play dual roles, their effects depending on balance. Insulin resistance in the brain, driven by high systemic insulin, has been called type 3 diabetes for its role in Alzheimer's disease. Excess cortisol, especially from chronic psychological stress, promotes hippocampal shrinkage and impairs memory consolidation. Yet, both insulin and cortisol also regulate brain energy metabolism and repair when properly managed. Even newer players are entering the spotlight. Exosomes, tiny vesicles released by cells into the blood, carry genetic instructions like microRNAs and proteins that can alter brain gene expression when they cross into neural tissue. These vesicles may one day be targeted or engineered to slow neurodegeneration or enhance regeneration, delivering therapeutic cargo precisely to aging or inflamed brain regions. What's becoming clear is that the brain is not an island. It's more like a border town, constantly importing and exporting molecular messages through the bloodstream. As we age, the quality of these messages matters more than ever. A youthful blood profile, a low inflammatory, high neurotrophic, Metabolically balanced one can preserve brain plasticity and stave off cognitive decline. An aged or toxic blood environment accelerates breakdown, not through trauma, but through chronic, invisible nudges. So, if you want to protect your brain, look to your blood. How you eat, move, sleep, and manage stress determines the chemical tone of your circulation. And that tone either helps your brain stay sharp or speeds the slow fade of aging. The future of cognitive longevity may not lie solely in nootropics or brain training games, but in the strategic engineering of blood chemistry, tuning the symphony of signals flowing through your veins to help your mind stay strong, connected, and very much alive.